Okay, so real quick, today's class is going to be mobility and Pilates. So I'm going to use some mobility drills that you can use to assess your joints and to kind of see what you do have, what you don't have, and then also to better access the movement. So we're doing a lot of spine today, which means abs, spine and abs kind of go hand in hand, and there's a lot of spine and ab work in Pilates, and sometimes we don't always have access to all of our individual vertebrae. So we're going to be working a lot on that. As we're also going to use some of those mobility drills so that you can approach any movement, not just Pilates, yoga, Pilates, any of your movement practices, weight training with better specificity, so you can actually use some of the cues that we're going to go through to better access other movements, not just Pilates. And then the last thing that I want you guys to think about is just try it. Even if it doesn't look right or it doesn't feel like what you see me doing, your body and everybody's body here on the screen is all going to be different, and that's what the beauty of integrating mobility and Pilates is that we can access all our movements based on where our body is now, but also as you go along. So we're going to start standing and we're not going to need any props. We're going to be start standing on the mat. If you see me turn around, it doesn't mean you have to turn around yourself. It's just so that you can better see some of the movement. And I might spin around every now and then just so you can see different aspects of the movement. So I'm going to show sideways because it gives you a nice spine view. You can see all my discrepancies that way too. And start towards the front edge of your mat. It's okay if you have to adjust as we go, but we're going to be basically going down the length of our mats in a little bit. So I'm going to turn towards you just so I can talk, and then I'll turn sideways. So you want to make sure that your feet are hip width apart, okay? And then also you want to make sure that your hips aren't pointing backwards, or vice versa, your hips aren't pointing forwards. So we don't want to go like this, all right? And then, so from there, make sure that on top of the sit bones going straight down in the center of your arch as much as possible, that you then don't have this big arch in your lumbar. So this is what I don't want you to do. I don't want you to tuck your hips in order to correct that. I just want you to think about using some of this stuff and some of that stuff to kind of pull that towards the back. So a little less super extended lower backs. And then on top of that, we're going to draw the ribs right over the hips, okay? And then we're going to bring our shoulders right over the ribs. So we have everything stacked plumb line over the center of our arch, okay? Back center of our arch, okay? And then we're going to take our hands on our head, right on top. And I want you to think about pushing down through your feet and up through the top of your head. So not like this, through the top, through the crown of your head. Okay, so remember we have everything stacked, sit bones straight down, ribs on top of the hips, and we're going to inhale into the side and back of our rib cage. Try to get at least 5 counts. And then as you exhale, draw the ribs down and together and see if you can engage your abs without moving one bone, except for the rib cage. Rib cage is moving, obviously. And let's do that again. Inhale to the side and back of the ribs. Think about pushing through the feet, through the top of the head. So literally we're growing taller. And exhale, draw the ribs down and together. Now I want you to start engaging the abs, pulling the belly button towards the spine without, again, changing the spine position. So right here, you should feel them tight, but not moving anything. And we're going to do 3 more breaths, and I want you to try to extend your inhale and your exhale at least 1 count. So we're just trying to get settled in our body and start engaging our entire spine and core. So core is not just here. Core is all the way around, includes the diaphragm, includes pelvic floor. And let's do 2 more breaths if you haven't already done your 3 cycles. Think about pushing through the top of your head. And exhale, drawing the ribs down and together, pulling the belly button in. And 1 more. Inhale through the top of the head, expanding the ribs out to the side. And exhale, drawing the ribs down and together. Good. Keep that length as you extend the arms up overhead as far as you can. Now trace a circle behind you. And we're going to stop here. So again, your spine should not have changed. You're just opening the front of your shoulder. Draw your shoulder blades away from your ears just in case they lifted. And we're going to do neck cars. These are called neck controlled articular rotation, only moving your neck, chin to the chest. Stay in flexion as you rotate to the right shoulder. Keep going. Drop that right ear behind your right shoulder. Look up and over, trace a circle on the ceiling. Left shoulder, flex and rotate. Trace the chin on the chest, round two, keep going. Rotate in flexion. When you can't rotate anymore, drop the right ear behind the shoulder blade. Lift the chin up and over to the other shoulder. Keep going. As you do this, there should be very little to no movement in the rest of the body. I like to exhale on my back portion of my circle to make sure that my ribs aren't lifting. And I like to inhale as I come in the front part of my circle. When you get to the center, reverse. Going to the left. Stay in flexion, rotate to the left. Left ear behind the left shoulder. Chin up and over. Now, as we continue doing this neck car, we want to mind any pinching pain. Doesn't mean don't do the circle at all. It means that maybe you need to back off that one portion of the circle, but it doesn't mean back off the rest of the circle. So if you're only, we have 3 circles here. If you're only cutting out this one tiny section, try not to let it affect the whole half or the whole rest of the circle. When we get back to center, we're going to bring our head right back up, and it should still be in plumb line to your spine. Good. We're going to reach the arms around the body, so you're giving yourself a bear hug like this. Draw the shoulder blades back down just in case you lifted them up. And we're going to soften the knees here. Now, butt shouldn't be going forward or back, just soft. We're going to do some spine flexion. Now you're going to go chin to the chest. This is kind of known as a roll, and you're going to go one vertebrae at a time, flexing forward. Now this is called a kind of like a roll down in Pilates, but sometimes we just shift forward. That's not what we're doing. We're trying to flex each vertebrae one at a time. You're going to go as low as you can, but you need to keep rounding, no straight spine. When you get to the bottom, take an inhale. Now we're going to push through the feet and curl back up. And again, make sure you're curling each vertebrae backwards. There's a tendency to go like this. Okay, make sure you're curling one vertebrae at a time. When you get to the top, take an inhale through the top of the head and curl again, chin to the chest. See if you can flex through this upper thoracic spine. Notice I'm not shifting my weight forward. I'm trying to push my spine backward. Soften the knees so you can get through the lower back a little bit more. I'm pushing my lower back out, so I'm literally trying to tense this up. Take an inhale at the bottom, push through the feet, and curl it back up. Make sure your spine goes backward. Switch arms on top. Take an inhale, 2 more. Chin to the chest. Flex through each vertebrae, not going forward, just flexing. Think like a candy cane in the beginning. Soften the knees. Press that lumbar towards the ceiling. Take an inhale. Exhale. If you don't feel your abs, you could be flexing your spine a little bit more, putting a little bit more tissue energy into it. When you get to the top, take an inhale. And again, chin to the chest. Flexing each vertebrae, one vertebrae at a time. Think about using everything in front and back to flex that spine more and more. Feeling the abs really engaged here. Inhale. And stacking back up. Push through your feet. Make sure you stack backwards all the way, not just lifting up. We're going to keep our hands here. We're going to step our right foot forward. I'm going to change my position here. You still want to be in line with your hips. Keep the right arm on top now, and you're going to go chin to the chest. We're rotating, flex. Stay flexed and rotate to the right without moving your hips. Go as far as you can. When you can't go any further, go into a right side bend. Lift the chest up and over. Now we're not arching the lower back. We're arching the thoracic spine. Hips stay still. Other side bend, left side bend. Flex and rotate to the left. So keep your left shoulder there. Flex and rotate. Keep going. Flex and rotate right. Side bend. Lift the chest up and over. Don't let your hips move. Left side bend. Keep your left side there. Flex and rotate. So you got to bring that right side back forward. Back to center. We have one more. Stay flexed and rotate. Right side bend. Lift the chest up. Try to arch your upper back. Left side bend. Flex and rotate left. Keep that left side there. And back to center. Curl yourself back up. Shift your weight onto your back leg. Make a fist in your hands. Tension through your body. Feel that spine lift through the top of your head. Ankle circles. So don't let this bone move. You're going to ankle circle pinky side first 3 times. Yep, we're going to work balance. Keep your leg straight. Don't let the leg move. Just the ankle. Reverse it. Big toe side in. Try to keep your leg straight and don't let it move around. Stand nice and tall and bring it back underneath you. Left side, so step your left side forward. I'm going to go left here. Let me go this way so you guys can see it. Okay, should still be in line with the hip. Left arm on top, thoracic car, so chin to the chest. Flexing as much as you can. Stay flexed as you rotate. Keep that left side there. Side bend left. Now lift the chest now. I'm not arching or leaning back. I'm lifting my chest, trying to arch my upper spine. Right side bend. Flex and rotate right. Curl, curl, curl. Keep curling. Go over to the left again. Side bend left. Lift your chest. Keep your abdominals engaged. Side bend right. Flex and rotate to the right. Curl that spine as much as you can. And one more round. Flex and rotate. Left side bend. Lift the chest. Arch the upper spine, but keep your hips still. Right side bend. Flex and rotate right. Curl as much as you can. Flex that upper spine. Stack your spine back up. Top of the head. Shift your weight back. Flex your foot. Leg is straight. Stand tall. Only the ankle. No movement in the leg. 3 circles. Pinky side first. If you can point your toes, great. If not, that's not what we're concentrating on. We're trying to concentrate on the ankle. All right, 3 times. And then we're going to stand with our feet underneath you. All right, here's the fun part. I'm going to come a little bit closer. Toe cars. These were so much fun last time. If you guys were here for the last class, all 5, 10 toes up with the ball of the foot still down. Both sides of the arch is picked up, so we're not rolled over like this. Okay, nice and tall through the spine. Only the big toes down. And up. Push the big toes down. And up. One more time. Big toes down. And up. Now keep the big toes down. Spread all the pinky toes apart as far as possible, and then piano play them down all the way to the big toe. When you get there, lift the big toe first, and then 1 pinky toe at a time. So you end up with 10 toes up. Spread first, so spread, piano play to the big toe, little toes up, spread, piano play to the big toe up, and all the way up. All right, 10 toes down. This is the fun one. Big toes up, and down. Now, don't roll to the outside of your foot. Big toe up, and down. One more time, big toe up, and down. Big toe stays down, little toes up. Don't roll the ankles in. Keep both sides of the arches down, up. Pinky toes up, big toe stays down. One more time. Little toes up, big toes down. All right, one more set. Big toes up, little toes down. Switch, big toes down, little toes up. Little toes down, big toes up. Big toes down, little toes up. One more time, little toes down, big toes up. And big toes down, little toes up. All right, so you should get a nice feeling in the foot. So we're gonna work ankle supination or E version, which is this position in the ankle. What happens when we laterally sprain. So I'm gonna back up a little bit. What we're gonna do is we're going to take our foot to that not so fun position and flex the foot. So I'm pushing into my ankle. All right, and I'm gonna shift my weight over it and try to sustain that. And back. Seems simple enough, right? Shift your weight forward and back. All right, so trying not to let this wobble around. Push into the floor so I'm feeling like I'm pushing my foot this way even though I'm sustaining this. And down. All right, I'm gonna go to my mat. We're gonna stay there. We're going to go down on that ankle. You ready? Shift your weight forward. This is the easy version with the toes tucked. Okay? Reach the arms forward, make a fist. We're gonna go down. Can you go all the way down? And back. Up, push. And again, down. And up. Now, if you want an extra challenge, point your foot in the back. Down. We got 3 more. And up. Keep that ankle to the outside in that E version or supination. And back up. 1 more. Down. Keep pushing your ankle tight against the floor. And up. Good. And bring it back. You should have felt all these muscles work. All right, other side. So I'll show it this way first. Other foot in front, left foot in front. Ankle. Okay. Keep pushing tight. Here. I'm feeling as if I'm bringing it back this way, but I'm not actually allowing myself to. Shift your weight. Yeah. So if you roll your ankle, keep shifting your weight back and forth. Shift your weight onto it. Push into the floor as you shift. So if you roll your ankle and your tissue doesn't have tolerance for this range, that's when injuries happen. But if you train it, there will be strength in this range. This tissue will be strong in this position, and maybe your injury, one, may not happen or be very much less severe. Okay? Now, we're gonna do our lunges down onto it. So shift your weight, tuck your toes forward. This is my naughty ankle. Here we go. Pulling yourself down, keep pushing into that foot, and up. If you can't go all the way down, that's fine. Go as far as you can. Keep pushing into the floor with your ankle, especially as you're going down. This is really good if you run, if you're a runner. These are really good to do. All right, if you're ready for an extra challenge, point that foot. Here we go. Pulling yourself down. Push into the floor. And back up. Sorry, I can't look at the camera for this one. And pull yourself down. Keep pushing into the floor. Stay on the outside of your ankle. And back up. 1 more. Pull yourself down. And pull yourself up. Push yourself up. Woo. And put your foot flat. All right, hips. Standing up nice and tall again. Make sure your hips are pushed forward or arched back. We're going to take our right leg, hug it to your chest, as high as you can. Now, as you do this, make sure you're not like this. Okay? Hips straight down, tall through the top of your head, just like the very beginning. Right. Now, here's the trick. This is how much passive range hip flexion you have. Here we go. Let go and hold it there for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. No sinking. Stay tall. 2, and grab it again. Can you go a little bit higher? Let go, hold. Don't let it drop. 10, 9, 8, tall through the hips. 7, 6, 5, 4. We have one more. Pull it up tall, higher if you can. Last one, tight abs, tall through the spine. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Grab it one more time, lift it up, and let it come down. Ready? Other side. Stand tall, lift your leg up. Each hip is different. Do not think that this side has to be the same. Stand tall, make sure your hips are not forward. Pull it up as high as you can, keeping those sit bones straight down. Let go, hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Stand tall, grab it. Make sure the knee isn't out to the side or collapsed in. Go a little higher, let go, hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. One more. Grab it a little higher without changing your hips. Pelvis still straight down. Last one. 10, 9, 8. Don't let it come down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Grab it one more time. And put it down. Okay, so I'm going to spin around just so that I have room here. We're going to combine hips with the ankle. All right? Today is, we celebrate, Pilates instructors celebrate March Madness every March. And today is called Seal and Crab. And we work with the feet like this in today's featured exercise. So, we're going to go down like that. You're going to cross, I'll show it this way first. You're going to cross your ankles like this. Yeah? This is a good exercise for getting up and down off the floor. Arms straight forward. Bend your knees out to the side. Now, what did we just do? We held our knees up, right? Think of pulling your knees up as you go down. Instead of collapsing down, pull your knees up. All the way down. Yep. Okay, we're getting back up. Oh yeah, that's fun. Switch. If you had kids in the room, they're probably thinking, what's the big deal? I do this all the time. Stand to the outside of your ankles. Pull your knees up. Don't sink. Pull, 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 pull. All the way down. Pull. Sit and back up. Switch. Okay, I'm going to turn sideways now. All right. Pull your knees down. Here we go. Pull, 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 and sit and back up. Push down to stand up. You should be feeling your ankles work. All right. Here we go. Stand to the outside of your foot. Pull, 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 and back up. All right. Last one. Pick your favorite one. We're going to go all the way down and sit. All right. Stand up tall. Pull yourself down as slow as you can. The slowest one you've done today. See if you can be even slower than me. And sit. All right, so we're sitting with our feet directly in line with our hips. How bent you are depends on flexibility, okay? So if you're really tight and you're having trouble, take those feet out or in, play with it. See what works for you. What you want to be doing is making sure that you're sitting on top of your sit bones. So we warmed up our upper spine a lot. Lower spine time now. Take your hands underneath your knees or your thighs. What you're going to do is we're going to use our arms and our legs as feedback and resistance. So you're going to feel as if you're tucking your hips like this, but without leaning back first. So you're going to pull your sit bones towards your heels and your heels towards your sit bone. Engage into your hands. Push into your hands. Now that should trickle up the spine into lumbar flexion. Now notice I'm not leaning back. I'm just trying to flex my lumbar. Stay there. Take an inhale. Now put your hands on the top of your thighs and push your legs away, but pull your legs towards you. and it takes you back into lumbar extension. Hands to the back. Push into your hands. Heels to the butt, butt to the heels. Round the lumbar. Hold nice and tight. Switch your hands to the front. Pull your legs into your chest against your hands. So this is your resistant. Pull, push into the hands. Heels to the butt, butt to the heels. Round the lumbar. Nice and tight. Exhale here. Push into your thighs, thighs into your hands, and pull your pelvis back. We're going to do 2 more. Push into your hands, round your lumbar. Now, can you flex through each 5 lumbar, or are you only doing it in one spot? Try to feel all 5 back there and arch. All right, this is going to be fun. Ready? Here we go. Round just the lumbar. We're staying here, so make sure your abs are really engaged. Reach your arms straight forward. Still lumbar flexion. Shoulder blades up toward your ears. Pull the shoulder blades back. Don't let it affect lumbar flexion. Shoulders down, down. This is shoulder cars, or scapular cars for those of you who know. Up toward your ears. Pull it back, back and down. Down and forward. Forward and up. Are we still in lumbar flexion? Yes. Forward and down. Down and back. You should be feeling your abs. Back and up. One more round. Try not to let your hands move around too much. Just your scapula. These guys back here. And pull the shoulder blades down. We're not done. Round back a little bit more. Does it mean we're arching the lumbar? No, lumbar still in flexion. Again, scapular cars. Up towards your ears. And back. Back and down. Down and forward. Forward and up. You need to be able to hold spine flexion. So if you can't be this slow and do this exercise, go back to where we were. Keep going with that circle. Reverse it. Up and forward. Forward and down. Down and up. Up and back. Sorry, back and up and forward. Forward and down. Down and back. Back and up. And pull them down. One more. Lower. This one's hard. Ready? Last one. Forward and up and back, back and down and forward and up. My abs are shaking. Yours should be shaking. Again, if you can't handle this level, go back to where we were, but keep going. One more reverse. Down and back and up and forward and down and back and up. All right, try to get down to the floor. Reach your shoulder blades forward, not up. Not this. Forward, slowly lower down. Try to land on the floor after me. Lowest vertebrae down first. Middle back. Middle back stays in contact and all the way down. Extend the legs. Bring your arms overhead. Some of you might have trouble with this. Just try your best, but try not to fling up. Gonna reach your shoulder blades forward. Curl your upper spine. We have roll-ups. Lower back stays on the spine, stays on the floor. Now I'm not extending my spine. I'm rounding back as I reach forward. So there's this tension of reaching and pulling. Going back down. Now, get your lumbar flexed. Look straight forward. Lumbar touches first. One vertebrae at a time. Lowest thoracic, middle thoracic, and reach. Scapula forward. Inhale. Exhale, curl up. Try not to fling. Try to curl your spine. Round, round, still rounding. Push your spine backwards as you reach over. Take an inhale. Now, round your lower back. Stack your upper body. You should be looking straight forward. Curling back down, one vertebrae at a time. Now, as far as options, if you have trouble with this, you can try with your legs bent and only go as far as you can. Take an inhale and exhale, curl. Try to leave your lower back as long as possible. Feet stay on the floor, round over your legs. Pull into flexion, push into flexion, reach forward. Take an inhale, round the lower back. Readjust the upper spine. Lumbar down first, one at a time. Imagine my fingers creeping up your spine, and that's how you get down. One at a time. Okay, good. I'm going to scoot down a little bit here, and we're going to stay down now. Yay! And we're going to hug our right knee to our chest. Okay, so we're going to flex the foot so that the leg is active. And how low you grab on your leg depends on your flexibility. I have pretty good flexibility, but you should not have any pinching pain. Back off a little bit if you have pinching pain. Even if you could go really high, but you have pinching pain, we don't want that. The tissue should adjust in this position if it's functioning correctly. So, grab your leg. Make sure you don't have any pinching pain. Engage those abs that you just worked. Bottom leg engaged too. And feel as if you're kicking your leg like this, but you're not going to allow yourself to. This is an isometric. So ready? We're going to tighten our abs and try to kick our leg through our hands for 10. So I'm trying to kick out of position. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. You're going to let go and try to lift your knee higher towards your chest. Ready? Let go and lift. 10, 9, 8, 7. So you're lifting here. 4, re-grip. Maybe your leg goes higher now. If you had pinching pain, now you're where you may have been earlier. So take an inhale, engage the abs again. Kick out of it at 50% of your intensity for 10, 9, so really try to kick. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Now try to get your heel up, your thigh up closer to your chest. 10, 9, 8. Now your butt's not lifting. Bottom leg still down. 4, 3, 2. Give it one more hug. Maybe it's even higher now. Last round. Take an inhale and kick out of it. 10. Kick. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. And now lift the knee higher. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Grab it one more time. Nice and soft in the hip. Same leg, bring it to tabletop, which is 90 degrees at the knee and 90 degrees at the hip. Press your hands down into your mat. So I shouldn't be able to move anything if I were to come around and pull on anything. We're going to internally rotate. Don't let this knee move. Rotate this thigh bone, but leave the knee over the hip. Hold it nice and tight. So if someone were to push it on it, it wouldn't move. And then externally rotate. So the knee stays over the hip. Make sure it's not going out to the side. Again, when you get to the end, give me a little bit more and hold. 5 times. This is internal rotation at the hip. Hold nice and tight. External rotation. Keeping that thigh bone. So knee in. Trying to bring this heel towards the opposite shoulder. Internally rotate. Thigh stays in. Push out. Try to rotate here. Externally rotate, rotating this thigh bone. Heel to the opposite shoulder. Hold nice and tight. 2 more. Internally rotate. Keep that thigh in. Push out nice and tight at the end. And externally rotate. Trying to externally rotate more. 1 more. Internally rotate. When you get to the end, give me a little bit more. And externally rotate. At the end, give me a little bit more. Hang on to that external rotation. Keep external rotation. Trace the outside of your bottom leg down towards your ankle. You're going to end up with your ankles crossed. Keep your right leg externally rotated. Externally rotated, bring it back up. Bend the knee. This is a half hip carve. Externally rotate. Now, show me the hip flexion that we worked all this time. Abduct the thigh out to the side. Don't move your pelvis. Bring it back. Hip flexion, external rotation, stay across your body, and lower down. Again, stay externally rotated, flex that thigh up. Try to reach this heel towards your opposite shoulder. Show hip flexion as high as you can. Abduct the thigh out to the side. Don't let the butt move. Bring it back. Externally rotate. Trace the outside of your leg. all the way back to the ankle. One more. All the way up in external rotation. Thigh out to the side. Heel to the opposite shoulder. Hip flexion. Abduct that thigh out to the side. Back to hip flexion. Stay there. I know that leg is dying, but we're doing abs. Bring the hands behind the head. Scapula protracted forward. Shoulders away from the ears. Fold and rotate towards that tabletop leg. Exhale, fold and rotate. And all the way back down. Nothing else is moving. You're just flexing and rotating the spine like we did earlier in the very beginning. So we're tying everything that we learned together here. 3, exhale as you fold. Inhale as you lower. And if you want to increase the difficulty, lift the bottom leg, point the feet, and keep going. Now, the lower back should not be lifted. If it is, go back or lift your bottom leg higher. 3 more. Exhale up. Inhale down. Even when you come back down and you inhale, there's no loss of contact in the spine. Last one, stay up. Switch. Switch. See if you can have the same control. Switching back and forth, no arching. Scapula protracted, 2 more sets. 2, 2, 1, 1. Keep that left leg there and lie down. So we've made it to the other side. All right, before we start, this is again where we want to make sure we don't have pinching pain in the front. Remember, each hip is different. Pelvis is straight down. Pull the knee up with your hands as much as possible. Nice and hip hinged in front. And we're going to kick. Remember, this is where we kick through our legs like that, but it's an isometric, so there's actually no movement. Ready? Take an inhale, tighten the abs, bottom leg engage 2, and try to kick out of a position for 10, 9, at about a 50% intensity. 6, 5, 4, 3. We're going to let go and try to lift the knee higher. Go, lift the knee higher. 10. Keep this down. 9, butt down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Keep lifting. 3, re-grip. Maybe you can come a little bit higher, maybe not. No pinching pain. Take an inhale, tighten the abs, engage that bottom leg, kick out of it at 50% intensity for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and now lift the knee even higher. Good, and 10, 9, keep lifting, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, grip it one more time. Relax the front of the hip, last set. Inhale, engage the abs, bottom leg 2, and kick out of it. 10, 9, 8, kick, 7, 6, 5, keep kicking, 4, 3, and now lift the knee higher. Hold, 10, keep lifting, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, keep lifting, 3, re-grip one more time. Nice hip flexion. And bring it to tabletop. 90 degrees at the knee, 90 degrees at the hip. Keep the knee stacked over the hip bone. Internally rotate as far as you can, and externally rotate, bringing that heel to the opposite shoulder. When you get to the end, give me more. Internally rotate, so you don't have to have your finger here. I'm just showing you how this thigh is staying over. Internally rotate, externally rotate. Heel to the opposite shoulder. Give me more at the end. Don't settle for what range of motion you have. Try to fight for more. Internally rotate. Hold. Squeeze it out. Externally rotate. Give me more rotation. 2 more. Internally rotate. Try to rotate more, 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 more. And externally rotate. Don't let that thigh move away from the hip. Last one. Maximum internal rotation. Knee over the hip. And external rotation. Stay externally rotated. Squeeze to the outside of that bottom leg. Trace the bottom leg down. Ankles crossed. Externally, keep that left leg externally rotated. Flex it up. Try to bring that heel to the opposite shoulder. High hip flexion that we worked on earlier. Abduct the thigh out to the side. Back to hip flexion. Externally rotate that heel to the opposite shoulder. Stay externally rotated as you lower. Don't stop externally rotating. Still externally rotated, heel to the opposite shoulder. Feeling all those muscles in the hip working. Hip flexion, abduction, back to hip flexion. Externally rotate that heel to the opposite shoulder and back down. Last one. More external rotation. Bring that heel to the opposite shoulder. Up, 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 as high as you can. Hip flexion, higher, abduction, back to hip flexion. Hands behind the head, make sure it's stacked right over your hip. Scapula protracted forward. Fold and rotate. Use your exhale. Keep that bottom leg down for 5. Exhale. So remember in the beginning, we were flexing and rotating our rib cage, and it didn't affect the rest of the body. If you want to increase it, after this one, we're going to lift the bottom leg, but again, it should not affect your lower back. Point and lift. If you want, exhale, fold and rotate. Inhale down. If you're feeling a loss of contact in the spine, that's not right. You might need to take your leg higher or go back down. 2 more and then we're going to stay up. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale, stay. Switch. Flex and rotate. No shifting in the pelvis. And 2. We're doing 5 sets. Exhale. 3, 4. No loss of contact in that spine. Sorry, it's 5.5, sorry. Back to the right and lower back down. Squeeze that right thigh up and back down. All right, we can squeeze the knees up to the hips. Just kind of rock side to side. Okay, so we're going to do a little fun transition. We're going to curl back up. Cross the ankles again. I'll show it to the front. Cross the ankles. Reach forward. Shift your weight forward. Don't touch the floor. Put your knees down. Come up to kneeling. Internally rotate your legs and flex your toes. Yeah, so we're ending up like that. If you didn't get it, don't worry. It's just a fun transition. Okay, our spine is fully warmed up. Our abs are super engaged. Spine, we even warmed up our legs. I'm going to show the first version with the toes tucked forward, and I'm actually going to double up my mat because I have really, really bony knees. And we're going to work thigh. So, careful on these. We don't want any arching. Try to keep the front of your hips super straight. I'm going to take my hands to the top of my head so I can think about pushing here, but you could put your hands here or your hands here. We're going to be hinging at the knees as far as you can. We're not coming back up. As far as you can, go. Let's do this. All the way. I can go all the way, but maybe you can't, and then just let it go. Come back up. Re-engage. Tuck the hips, front of the thighs, lower back, and slowly lower as far as you can. Don't arch. As far as you can. As far as you can. If you can go all the way down, great. And then relax. We're not working. The effort isn't up. Progress that if you'd like to here. This is much harder, by the way. And tuck the hips, lower back, all the way back. Remember, your effort is only down. Keep tucking, keep tucking, keep tucking, keep tucking, and relax. Stack it back up. Tuck the hips, tight abs, hinging at the knees. Don't let that lower back arch. Keep pushing your thighs forward. And so you should feel the burn here. Even though it's stretching, we have 2 more. This is called eccentric training. Tuck, abs, hinge. Keep tucking your hips. Keep pulling your abs. Keep pushing the hips forward and down. Last one. Push, tuck the hips, round the lower back. Hinge, hinge as far as you can. Remember, everyone's different, so go as far as you can. And then let it go. All right, good. So we're going to back off of there. If you tucked your mat, we're going to come onto your hands and knees. So we've worked a lot of spine flexion, and now we're going to work rotation. So I'm going to take my right hand behind my head, and you've probably seen these before. You're gonna rotate and try to look to the right, and then you're gonna rotate to the left. Keep pushing with your left arm. Rotate and open. Now notice my hips aren't shifting. And rotate to the left. Keep going. 2 more. Rotate to the right. Try to move the rib cage. Rotate to the left. Now you're going to want to be able to see me unless you feel okay with me just talking through this. But you're going to rotate to the left. Take your right arm underneath your left arm. Try to reach around your rib cage. Try to touch your shoulder blade. Keep reaching for your shoulder blade. Bend your left elbow and go all the way down. So I'll show from the front. You're here. Rotating. So you're like this. Rotate so that you're trying to reach around for your left shoulder blade. Keep rotating, keep rotating, keep rotating until you're down. Okay, we're going to hang out here for a little bit. And we're trying to work spine rotation. I'm going to switch one more time. So we're here. This arm is just however you're comfortable. Weight is trying not to shift over too much. And what we're going to do is we're going to try to unrotate ourselves. So I'm going to feel as if I'm pushing my spine this way, even though I'm down here. You're going to use the brace against the floor with this right elbow to prevent you from rotating back to the right. So you're going to take an inhale, tighten the abs. Remember, just try it. Try to rotate your body back to the right. And you're going to use your right arm to prevent you from doing that. About 50% intensity. Try to keep rotating right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Keep rotating right. 3, 2, now. Rotate left more. Try to lift your right elbow off of the floor without lifting your left arm. Try to twist more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Put your elbow back down right where you are. Whew. You might not get more rotation, but try. Take an inhale. Engage the abs. Try to rotate back through the floor to the right. 10, 9. Keep it up. 8, 7. Keep trying to rotate against your body. 4, 3. Now rotate left more. Rotate more. 10, 9. Lift that elbow. 8, 7, 6. Keep rotating. 5, 4, 3, 2. Put it down. Take 3 breaths here. Big inhale. Big exhale. Big inhale. Big exhale. One more. Big inhale. Big exhale. Unwind yourself carefully. Whew. Bring your left foot forward. So you're in a half kneeling position. Tuck your tailbone down towards the floor. Make sure the knee is in line with the hips. We're going to work that rotation now. So hands behind the head. You're going to rotate the upper body to the left as far as you can. You should feel as if you have a little bit more in there. Exhale as you rotate. Inhale, return. Now feel as if you're moving through really thick mud, or as if you have 25-pound weights on your arms. 2 more. Rotate. Back to center. And rotate. And back to center. I lied. Let's do 1 more. And rotate. And back to center. All right, let's do the other side. I'm going to turn this way, even though I'll be rotating away from you in the beginning. So take it in. Make sure you're stacked. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Make sure you're not too wide. Left hand behind the head. Take my hair here. And we're going to rotate open, away from the floor to the left, and towards the opposite arm. So try to feel the movement coming from the rib cage and not by shifting your body around. Rotate open, inhale, and exhale. Rotate towards the right. From the ribs, inhale. Rotate that rib cage open. Exhale, rotate that rib cage right. One more, and then we're gonna go into our positional isometric, which is what we were doing. Inhale up, exhale, rotate first. Keep rotating, reach your left arm underneath you. Reach for your right shoulder blade as you bend that right arm, and then we touch down. Put the right elbow down, or it could be out to the side, whatever feels better. I like to have my elbow bent because I can brace a little bit better. Make sure you're shifted, not over to the left too much. Weight on both knees. Take an inhale, tighten your abs. You're gonna try to rotate through the floor to the left at 50% intensity. Go, try to rotate left. 10, 9, 8, 7. If you take a quick look, you could see my left arm shaking because I'm trying to rotate. And now rotate right more. Lift your left elbow off for 10. Just your left elbow, not your right. 6, 5, 4, 3, rotate right, and put the elbow down. Take a breath, and one more round. Take an inhale, tighten the abs, and try to push through the floor, rotate left. 10, 9, 50% of your intensity. 8, 7, keep pushing. 6, 5, don't back off. 4, rotate right more. Rotate, rotate, hold. 10, keep rotating. 9, reach around, up to the ceiling. 4, 3, 2, and put it down. 3 big inhale, exhales. Big inhale. Big exhale. Big inhale. Big exhale. One more, keep sinking to the floor. Inhale and exhale. Unwind yourself carefully and gently. Bring your right foot forward. Make sure that the thigh is in line with the hip. Tuck your hips under so you feel a stretch even maybe in the back of that hip. Hands behind the head. Rotating to the right against resistance. Enjoy that newfound range. Bring it back. Even as you come back, you're still resisting. Keep your hips tucked. Rotate, exhale, inhale back. Exhale, rotate. Inhale back. Exhale, rotate. Pull those ribs around. Inhale back. Exhale, rotate. Try to find that range you were just getting down on the floor. One more, keep those hips tucked. Rotate. And back. Come to an upright kneeling position. If you need to double up your mat, go ahead. We're going to be kneeling upright. All right, we're going to go right into some strict Pilates exercises. This one's going to be kneeling. You're going to tuck those hips so that you're not arched like this. Front of the hips lifted. Abs pulled so that they're not excessive lower back. Hands out to the side. Karate chop the air. You're going to do 2 exhales. And with each exhale, you're going to try to rotate more. Okay, this is called spine twist. So keep your hips still. Exhale and rotate the rib cage. Exhale, exhale. Inhale. Go to the other way. Exhale, exhale. Inhale. We're going to speed it up. Ready? We're going to go. Exhale, exhale, inhale. Exhale, exhale, inhale. Exhale, exhale, inhale. Exhale, exhale. Keep those hips up. Don't let them move around. Exhale, exhale. Use everything that you just learned about the rotation in the spine and the hips. One more to each direction. Inhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale, bring your arms forward. Here's our fun transition that we've been working on. Externally rotate and cross your ankles. It doesn't matter which one. Sit back. Lift your legs up. If you can. Up, 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 and straddle. Okay, I'm going to put my mat down. Same thing we just did. So, here, we want to try to keep our hips still. Keep your feet flexed. Keep them grounded. Sit up nice and tall. Here we go, same thing. Exhale, exhale, inhale. Exhale, exhale, inhale. Exhale, exhale, inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, 3, inhale, exhale, exhale. Find that rotation, one more each way. Exhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Stay nice and tall. Rotate to the right. Stay in rotation. You're gonna love these. Externally rotate your left arm, this guy here. Internally rotate your right. Stay in rotation. Switch. Externally rotate right, internally rotate left. Internally rotate right, externally rotate left. Try to stay in rotation. You're continuously working. Externally rotate right, internally rotate left. One more. Externally rotate, internally rotate right. Externally rotate right, internally rotate left. Switch. Externally rotate right, internally rotate left. Internally rotate right, externally rotate left. Keep switching. Externally rotate right, internally rotate left. You're going to see the reason behind these in a second. Internally rotate right, externally rotate left. One more each. Externally rotate right, internally rotate left. Externally rotate left, internally rotate right. Come back to center. All right, to give our hips a break, we have two more things. So we're going to work on our straddle position real quick. So what you're going to feel as if you're closing your legs, but also pushing into the floor. This is called an eccentric stretch. So what we're going to do is, you're going to feel like you're basically pulling your legs together, but also through the floor. So you're diagonally going through the floor as you hip hinge. Now, depending on your flexibility, how far you go is dependent on the spine position. So I'm going to feel as if I'm kicking my legs through the floor as I hip hinge and think about sticking my butt backwards, no touching. Okay, you can put your hands here behind your head. I'm feeling as if I'm bringing my legs together, so I'm tightening the areas that I'm stretching. Then you're going to put your hands down, lift yourself back up. Effort is only on the down, okay? So if you're really tight, maybe you're here. And maybe you're just using your hands a little bit, and this is as far as you go, and then back, okay? So take an inhale, push the legs down and together as you hip hinge. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Put your hands wherever you need to. Get back up. Okay, hands could be here even. Push through the floor, bring them together, hip hinge. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and put your hands down and up. 2 more. Push the legs through and hip hinge. 10, 9. So you're engaging what you're stretching. 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep pushing into the floor and put your hands down. Last one. Kick through the floor. Bring your legs towards each other. 10. Hip hinge. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Don't come down yet. And put your hands down. Okay, back to the last one. Here's where I want you to just go for it and try. Hands out to the side. Rotate to the right. Internally rotate right, externally rotate left shoulder. Keep reaching the left arm across and the right arm back. Bring the left pinky finger to your left pinky toe. Keep reaching this right arm back. This is called saw. Come back up. Come back to center. Rotate to the left. Internally rotate your left, externally rotate your right. Bring it across the body. Stay in internal and external rotation. Reach the right pinky finger to the right pinky toe. Try to bring your right shoulder to your thigh, head to the knee. Come back up. Back to center. Rotate the spine right. Internally rotate right, externally rotate left. Bring the left arm across, right arm back, still an internal and external rotation. Left pinky finger to left pinky toe, saw the pinky toe off. Try to keep your butt bones down. Bring it back up, back to center. Rotate to the left. Internally rotate left, externally rotate right. Take the right across, left back. Right pinky finger to left pinky finger Right pinky finger to left pinky toe. Right shoulder forward. Bring it back up. And center. Rotate right. Turn the arms. Reach across. Saw the toe. Bring it up. Back to center. Rotate. Rotate the arms. Saw the pinky toe off. Bring it up. And center. One more time. Rotate right. Internally rotate your right arm. Reach across. Keep internally rotating this back arm. And up. And center. Rotate left. Internally rotate that left arm. Reach it across. Right pinky finger to the left pinky toe. Bring it back up. Center and relax. Bring your hands down. We're going to finish with spine. Take an inhale here. Chin to the chest. Flex each vertebrae one at a time towards the floor and just walk the fingers out as you do this. Your focus is spine, not about how far over you go. Your focus is in spine. This is called spine stretch. When you get to the bottom, take an inhale, just like we did in the beginning. Stack it back up. We're literally right at the beginning, but in straddle. One more time. Inhale, chin to the chest, and walk the fingers or slide the fingers. Remember, you're focusing on spine, not about leaning over. Try to feel each vertebrae. Hopefully you have a little more feeling in the spine. Inhale at the bottom and stacking back up. Head and chin are the last. All right, that's it. I hope you liked the class. Again, if you have any questions or comments or anything, feel free to unmute yourselves or message me or whatever. But did we like it? Okay. Yes.